Welcome to episode 177 of the Radio Control Show, sponsored by amainhobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store. September is a busy time of year for the model airplane news editors as they travel throughout the Northeast covering the latest RC events. This past weekend, Jerry Yerish was at the NEAT Fair checking out all the latest electric action. Let's see what he's found.
Well, we're here at the NEAT Fair in Downsville, New York, and I'm on the flight line here with Dan Landis, who's one of the best pilots out here. And he's flying a lot of airplanes, but we're going to talk about a special one today. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing very well. And yourself, Jerry?
Pretty good, pretty good. Tell us a little bit about the Butcher Bird.
Okay, so today I'm flying the brand new Focke-Wulf from Top Flight. It's got an 85-inch wingspan and all-up weight of the electric one actually came out a little bit lighter. We're at 22 pounds. The gas version is 23.5 pounds. We're running a Rimfire 65cc electric motor with the Castle Creations Ice 160. We're running 12S1P for the motor power system with a Falcon 2310. Sorry about that. 2310 for the prop. Running absolutely amazing. We're pulling 63 amps, about 2,800 watts. We're running a Futaba S-Bus system for the wing, so it's a simple, quick one plug for the wing. The nice brand new Robart electric retracts, so another just super simple setup. One connector and off we go. No airlines, no hose, no nothing. Don't have to bring anything out to the flight line. Just off you go. This airplane is actually brand new to me as well. We just finished building it last weekend, so I've had 2 flights coming out here and probably about another 12 since we've been here. It's flying absolutely amazing, very light, lots of power, about an 8 to 9 minute flight time with the setup we're running.
Very good. So there you are. You can have your very own Focke-Wulf 190. There's not too many of them out on the market today. You can have a gas, or like here at the NEAT Fair, you can have a electric power.
Hey everyone, it's Stephen Best, Executive Editor from RC Car Action Magazine here in sunny Southern California. Hey, I've got a tuning tip for you this week, and it is with regard to the HPI Super 5 SC Flex truck, which is reviewed in the current issue of RC Car Action Magazine. Looks a lot like this. And the review in question is of this truck. Big old 5th scale, super fast. I've got to say I'm really impressed with this vehicle, especially considering its size and its weight. Speaking of which, let me show you something. Oh, this is my test truck. And I'm not a small guy, but this truck dwarfs me by comparison. The tuning tip that I have for you regards the shock oils and diff oils. This truck, being the size and the weight that it is and the speed that it's capable of, really needs a little bit more suspension damping in my opinion. Now, according to the HPI manual, this truck comes with 40 weight shock oil installed. But as you can see, the shocks really compress and rebound incredibly quickly, giving the truck a little bit of a floaty feel, especially if you're racing. So my recommendation is take the shocks off, empty them out, fill them up with 50 weight shock oil. That's what I tried. You can even try 45, but 50 weight seemed to work really well, especially during the summer. And for the differentials, I took those out and removed the grease, the factory installed grease, and I installed 30,000 weight diff oil. Now, I know that 30,000 might be a little bit light for a truck this heavy. I'll probably end up trying 40,000 or 50,000 as well. But anything that offers more resistance than the stock grease is going to make your truck handle a little bit more predictably.
This week's question comes from George from San Francisco, California. He asks, where can I get a muffler gasket for my engine? My flying field has strict sound guidelines and my muffler gasket has a large gap in it that leaks exhaust and noise. None of my local hobby stores carry replacement parts for that engine and the manufacturer has the part on back order. Is there something else I can use? Let's turn to John Reed from Model Airplane News for the answer.
Well, that is a good question, George. And you know, a lot of times our little gasket that goes between the muffler and the engine gets damaged in a number of different ways, or it can just simply get lost. Even if you just have one of the bolts come loose on the muffler, it'll have enough area there where the pressure will leak out through it and basically blow that gasket out and make it totally useless after that. And you have the loud noise that you're complaining about. So you have a couple options. If you can't get it from the manufacturer, which obviously is the best bet, or if it's going to be on back order or take a long time to get, you can go to your local automotive place and purchase some gasket material and cut out your own gasket. Now, I would use the muffler as a template to cut that out, and then that way you can place it between that and the engine and bolt it back together and be on your way. Now, the only issue that may come up from this is that the gasket material at the automotive store is generally a lot thicker than the gasket material that we have for our planes. So it may cause a little bit of problems there, or may not be able to seal quite as well as you want it. The other option you have is what I like to use most of the time, is you can clean off all the old gasket material and make sure it's nice and flat. And when you clean it off, don't use anything sharp like a chisel or something like that could damage the surface, because you want it as smooth as possible. Use your nail or other things to clean off that gasket. Once that's all cleaned off, get some high temp RTV silicone seal, and it's basically a gasket maker. It's called Gasket Maker, and it's the red silicone seal. And you can buy this at any automotive store, and mechanics use this to create a seal around the gaskets for exhaust or any part on the motor. So they use this quite often. In our case, we're going to use it as a gasket. You just place a small bead right around the outside of your exhaust port here and bolt your muffler right onto the engine and let it dry overnight. Next day you can go out flying. You're not going to have that loud noise because nothing's going to be seeping through. Everything's going to be nice and solid, and you're on your way. I use this stuff all the time, and sometimes in place of the gasket, just so I don't have to worry about it or deal with it. But the nice thing about this stuff is that we can use it on our globe motors, and we can use it on any size gas motor too. It works equally well on both of them. So whether it's glow fuel or gas, it just doesn't bother the silicon. So hopefully that'll get you back up in the air, get you going again, and anytime you have that issue, just make your own gasket.
With winter coming, it's likely you'll be storing away some of that nitro fuel. Here's Stephen Best with some tips on keeping it stored the right way.
So for those of you that live in northern areas where it's too cold to run your nitro cars during the winter, sorry about your luck, there are two things that are going to kill your nitro fuel the quickest, and that's light and heat. So in order to keep them away from both light and heat, I highly recommend storing your nitro fuel in the closet, in any kind of interior closet where it is away from children and from pets. That normally means up on a shelf, maybe in a coat closet, maybe in a garage closet. What you want to avoid is keeping the fuel on the ground on a concrete surface. It can leach chemicals into and out of a plastic fuel jug that way. So to store your nitro fuel over the winter, keep it in a cold, dark area, preferably a closet. Keep it off the ground and keep it away from children and pets. And come springtime, it will be ready to rock and roll.
Whether you're looking to learn about electric motors and speed controls, or charging and making a solid soldering joint, Electric Power is where you'll find everything you need to reach your electric goals. A compilation of the best articles from Model Airplane News and Electric Flight, this comprehensive guide is full of expert advice from top pilots on all aspects of electric flight. As long as you have an interest in clean, quiet, and reliable power for your aircraft, you are sure to benefit from this read. Look for it next month in airagestore.com.
We've got an awesome Reader's Rides giveaway happening now through October 1st. Head on over to Facebook, like RC Car Action, and post your photos and a brief description of your best custom-built ride, and you're in the running for a Novak Ballistic 8 brushless motor. Good luck, everyone.
Head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the November issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News, or get it now on airagestore.com, iTunes, or barnesandnoble.com. Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show, and we'll see you next time.
Don't you think